BAS Rutten stunned the first man to beat Fedor and won UFC gold. Before Fedor Emelianenko became unstoppable, one man beat the guy who beat him and got finished on his UFC debut. On this day in 1999 at UFC 18, BAS Rutten produced one of the most dramatic wins of his career during the road to the heavyweight title tournament. Facing Tsuyoshi Kosaka, a tough rings veteran with strong grappling credentials, Rutten found himself in serious trouble early. Kosaka controlled large portions of the fight from the top, using pressure and positioning to neutralize Rutten and appear firmly in control. Controversy struck when referee John McCarthy stood the fight back up despite Kosaka's dominance on the ground, a decision that immediately shifted momentum. Once back on the feet, Rutten capitalized with his trademark aggression, unloading strikes and wearing Kosaka down. With just 45 seconds remaining, Rutten completed a stunning comeback by scoring a TKO, shocking the crowd, and keeping his title hopes alive. The win was made even more significant in hindsight, as Kosaka would later become the first man to officially hand Fedor Emelianenko a loss, making Rutten's victory over him a key historical moment in heavyweight MMA history. Rutten's comeback win over Kosaka proved to be a turning point not just for his career, but for the UFC heavyweight division at the time. With Randy Couture stripped of the title after leaving the promotion, the belt was left vacant, creating an opportunity for a new champion to rise. The UFC responded by organizing the road to the heavyweight title tournament, and Rutten's resilience at UFC 18 carried him straight into the final. He eventually defeated Kevin Randleman, a powerful wrestler and future UFC champion, to claim the vacant UFC heavyweight title. This victory cemented Rutten's place among the elite heavyweights of the era and showcased his adaptability against different styles. However, Rutten's reign was short-lived, as injuries and his desire to compete at a lower weight led him to vacate the belt. Ironically, the man he had already beaten, Randleman, went on to win the heavyweight championship at UFC 23, highlighting how competitive and transitional the division was at the time. Rutten's title win remains a historic moment, marking the end of one era and the beginning of another in UFC heavyweight history. If you love real MMA history and daily UFC updates, hit subscribe and stay locked with MMA Thread. BAS Rutten's career was defined not only by his skill set, but by an unbreakable belief in himself. In his prime, Rutten was known as one of the most intimidating fighters in the sport, combining devastating striking, brutal body shots, and a ruthless finishing instinct. In a later interview, the UFC Hall of Famer explained that fear never played a role in how he approached fights. He genuinely believed he could defeat anyone put in front of him. When asked about hypothetical matchups, including a bout with prime Fedor Emelianenko, Rutten confidently stated that he believed he would have beaten him. According to Rutten, this mindset wasn't about ego, but about mental preparation and total conviction in his abilities. While he acknowledged that matchups against elite strikers like Mirko Cro Cop and Mark Hunt would have been extremely dangerous and physically punishing, he maintained that his mentality and adaptability would still give him a path to victory. This unwavering confidence is a major reason why Rutten is still remembered as one of the most feared and respected heavyweights in MMA history. Subscribe to MMA Thread for daily UFC stories, legends, and moments that shape the sport.